All right, hey, what's going on? Dice Brand shooting to a quick video. Today I'm here with my boy Sam. He's on the fucking camera.
Hello.
And we're actually here shooting a quick video for you guys, as well as doing a bit of a photo shoot and creating some more content. So yeah, strap in, and I hope you get something out of this video. I do have some notes here to keep me on track because I tend to fucking jump around a lot, as you probably already know. But the purpose of today's video is why finding your purpose is your responsibility. And we're going to talk briefly about how to find your purpose, okay? So strap in, and I hope you get something out of this video. This video is especially important for those who are a little bit lost in life and not really know fucking where their direction's going and need a little bit more of a structure and understanding on how to make it actually possible, okay? I want to ask you, how does it feel right now to not be on your purpose, okay? So this is coming from somebody who, for a very long time, probably over a year, okay, maybe like leading into the end of 2016 to 2017, and eventually nearly taking my own life in 2017. So I know exactly what it feels like to be in the situation that I'm in. So you feel very apathetic, you feel like you have no fucking courage, you feel like you're unable to carry out simple fucking tasks. You're unable to, like you might be a little bit further up, you might be in a situation where you're at a little sort of like going through the motions at a job, not really knowing what the end game is on your life, and that's really fucking scary, okay? So, and also another thing that can happen is you can also be a little bit envious of others, okay? So like, from the outside looking in, everybody else seems to be on their purpose, on their path, happy from the outside. You know, you're watching them on Facebook and Instagram, you're like, oh, they're all doing cool things, they're doing the job that they want to do, they have the friend circle they want to do, that they have, and it makes you feel very kind of like left out. I want you to think right now that it's completely normal to feel this way, okay? And you watching this video you're already taking the first step in the right direction so that this doesn't have to be a problem anymore, and that's fucking awesome. So it's normal for you to feel this way, but you also need to remember and know that it is your responsibility and it's your job to find your purpose, okay? And also, once you've got to the level of courage and commitment, it is then up to you to do what is necessary in order to make it happen. You might get into a situation where you're working but you're kind of stuck in what's called busy work, okay? The type of work where you're just going through the motions, you're making money, but you're not super passionate about it. And it's also might be in a situation where the money that you're generating is not fulfilling the dreams that you set out that you want to do. And then because you're exhausted from doing a job that you hate or a job that you don't like, it doesn't free up any time and spirit and energy for you to actually go after the things that you really want to do. So you're in this fucking loop. I'm hoping this video will help you break out of that loop and also give you a bit of a better context on what is required and what's going to have to come from here and here so that you can actually go after your purpose and make your dreams come true. So another few traps you could be stuck into is maybe you're studying something random because your parents or a mentor in the past said that it was a good idea. I know this was the case for me, you know. An example, so when I was 17 years old, my father said it would be a good idea to join the military. You know, like I don't have a regrets joining the military, but I will say this. If I knew what I know now, I probably wouldn't have joined the military, okay? I joined the military because basically I didn't know what I was gonna fucking do with my life. And I was like, fuck it, the military is gonna help me out. Like this is at the end of fucking 2017 the end of 2018 when the recession was about to kick off. So I was a little bit freaking out about even if I could get a job in my local town area. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just do what my parents approve of. And that's a fucking great idea. And I'll join the military. So I was in the military for 6 years. Maybe you have some version of what I was just talking about. You're studying something in university that your parents pushed upon you, but you're actually sort of like half-assing it and you're just going through it because, you know, hey, everybody else is studying something, and because if I just study something, at least then I don't have to really think deeply about what is actually important that I want to go after. You know, you sort of just, it kind of tricks you. It's like on one level you're actually going after something, but on another level you haven't put enough thought into, is this actually what I want to do? Another thing is, have you even looked into if there's jobs available after, like I'm not saying, like the way I coach is job and purpose often are the same, but can be different. But the point I'm getting at is, have you even looked at to see if there's a job available in the niche that you're actually studying in? You know, that could be a scary thought. And you're like, might be saying, oh, well, in 8 years' time, oh, there will be a job available. How do you actually know that? Have you actually done the research? You know, so there's some scary fucking things that you kind of need to ask yourself, like, is this a job that you actually want to do? And if it is, great, good for you while you're watching this video. If it isn't, then start second guessing, start looking into deeper why you actually want to find your reason why you're actually studying this thing. And if you do that, guess what? You're actually going to be one of the best students, because now you're passionate and now you're driven about going after this thing, and it's going to increase your chances of work when you do graduate. Okay, here's another trap. Another trap is you get stuck into a fucking theory junkie, or what I would also call a self-help junkie. How do I know this very well? Because I was one. I watched RSD videos like over and over and over and over again, okay? And for one part, okay, good. It's helped me fucking being able to talk into a camera and be able to have the information in my head and be able to, like, you know, spin a lot of shit. But let me tell you something. It has also impeded me in my growth, because I'm unable to fucking actually take action, because I'm looking so far forward. I'm looking for like the 10th or 15th node in the flowchart before I take the first fucking step. So you don't want to fall into that trap. Yes, on one hand, it's a good idea that you're actually going and actively looking for fucking, you know, people to help you. But at another side, you actually have to take fucking action. You actually have to do those things, okay? So don't fall into the trap of being a self-help junkie and just one of those dudes that, like I was for many years, like, I know all the fucking theory, I know how to go and talk to the hot girl, but I won't actually go and do it. I know the whole, like, you know, the whole idea of this video isn't so much to talk about game, but if you're watching this sort of video, you'll know that there is a lot of synergies between business, finding your purpose, and game. So if you've fallen into some of the traps that I was previously talked about, some of the things you may have got stuck into, you might have been now smoking a lot of weed, you might be doing a lot of drugs, you might be fucking taking a lot of MD, you might be like drinking a lot of alcohol on the weekend to numb the pain, to not have to have the consciousness to be able to ask yourself these questions, because you don't want to. You don't want what's best for you, okay? Maybe you escape into other things like video games, or even like what I was for many years, you escape into depression and you choose to opt out of actually asking these questions and fall into what's called the victim mentality. Like, oh, this is the world does this, oh, I can't do it because of that. The world's, this situation's causing this and that's why I can't do it. The government's all fucked this up. No, it can't. It's your fault. It is your responsibility to get your shit together and to go after your purpose and to find what excites you. No one else. Yes, it's a good idea to get information from other people, but it's ultimately your responsibility. The problem with not having your purpose, or having a purpose, having a rough plan, you don't need a perfect plan, but not having a plan to find your purpose, is our spirit and our manliness, men and our bodies, have evolved and are designed to strive and conquer, okay? For the most part of human existence, you know, there's been wars going on. We've had to fucking, like, go out and find food. We've gone, our little bitch attitude that often comes up quite often in modern day society with a lot of men, this sort of like chodeness, that wasn't there in the past. Because if you weren't a contributing person to your tribe, if you weren't unable to get resources, you would ultimately die. You would perish, okay? So evolution has weaned out those things. Your most pathetic ancestor somehow managed to fucking create you. And now, because we're in a cushy society, we don't actually have to do a lot of that anymore. Everything's sort of, in many ways, just sort of handed to us. So that because that energy is still ingrained within us, and if you choose to go down some sort of escapism route, what happens is you start to get engaged in the wrong things. You start to get engaged in victim mentality. You start to get engaged in conquering a fucking video game. You start to get engaged in fucking drinking alcohol and numbing yourself. And have a look around, okay? Have a look at the average dude after the age of 35. Do they have the body that you would aspire to be? Do they have the girls around you that you would want? Do they have maybe a long-term partner that you would want to have around? Do Do they have the job that a job or some sort of profession that gives them the ability to be free? You know, the answer probably is no. Okay, so yet again, it's your responsibility to seek these mentors out, to be able to look for this information, because guess what? The default is failure. Life's going to be tough either way. So you may as well choose something that is actually what you want to do. So no one actually goes through life without suffering, okay? Everybody, whether whether or not you were handed a lot of money and you were fucking given everything from birth, that person at some degree also suffers because he didn't have the street smartness, I could say, to be able to fucking go after life because everything was handed for him. So if you're in the context of like many of us where, you know, you've had to fucking address this thing, you've had to go after this thing, you may as well, like I said, choose something that is actually that you want to go after, actually that's fulfilling for you. Here's another key point. Having a purpose gives meaning to your life and helps you go through life's hardships. So when you actually get let me expand on that a little bit. If you choose a goal that is not worthy, you are likely to give up soon. So because you haven't actually, you're like, well, I haven't really it's not a worthy goal, I'm not going to bother with it, so I'll give up. But if you choose a worthy goal and it's part of your purpose, you're going to fucking stick in there and you're going to keep going hard at it because it's your purpose and it's something that fulfills you from within. It's something that keeps you awake at night. It's something that that you strip everything else away. It's something that you would really, really still want to do with your life. If you're liking this video so far, I really appreciate if you fucking like, comment, subscribe, put something, do whatever platform you're seeing this on. Interact with me because it really helps the channel out a lot. Okay. So now we're going to talk a little bit very, very quickly about the how-to about finding your purpose. Okay. The first one is decision. You need to make a decision. Okay. And it needs to, not other people. Other people can't do this for you. You have to do it. You make a decision and say, fuck this, I'm going to do something to change my life. Okay? You might look at yourself in the mirror and say this. It may be you may be crying in your fucking bedroom. This is the way it was for me. You might be crying in your bedroom and just go, fuck this, I'm not going to commit suicide anymore. Let's try and fucking make something of this life. Okay? At that point, you've made a decision that your life is going to get better no matter what. You're going to fucking fight. You're going to fight tooth and nail to work out whatever it is you need to work out to get your life on track. Okay? And that is an amazing first step. That is an amazing first step. I would take my non-existing hat off for that because that's really, really important because a lot of people don't even get that far. So for you to get that far and for you to even be watching this fucking video, that's awesome. Okay? One of the biggest turning points for me was exactly that. I was like, okay, I am never allowing myself to dwell in my own self-pity and to be in suicidal thoughts for longer than an hour ever again. Okay, so, you know, to some degree, now and then suicidal thoughts come up because that's just part of my mental makeup. I don't know why they're. My brother has depression. My father had depression. My father's father had depression. It's probably just ingrained in my fucking DNA. But am I going to be a victim? Am I going to let that stop me from fucking helping you? Am I going to let that stop me from doing these videos? Fuck no. So I made a decision, this is my turning point, that I was not going to allow myself to fall to that lowest level of consciousness ever again. Okay, that was the decision point in my life, and I hope you, maybe watching this video, you'll have something very similar happen to you. Okay, so decision, whatever it means for you, whatever you need to do to get to the point of decision, because when you get to the point of decision, it gets you out of apathy. You're like, fuck this. It gets you a little bit higher on the fucking the scale. It gets you a little bit closer to courage. Okay, you may not know exactly the fucking map to get there, but you know that the road that you're on right now is fucked. Okay, that's enough of a decision. The next one I want to talk about is, the next step is learning, okay? Maybe you're already there already because you're watching a video like this. This is the part where you start to seek out good quality books, good quality audio books. You might be watching other influencers on YouTube. If you're watching me on YouTube, that's fucking dope. Leave a fucking comment in below. You're trying to find people that you resonate with, and trying to find maybe some mentors. Maybe you're picking up what I'm putting down, and I could be a mentor and coach you to fucking lift your vibration and go after your purpose. But getting to the level of learning is another great fucking thing, because now you're a little bit further closer to courage. Okay, so what may have happened. Okay, what may have happened is some people, your family, friends, people that are close to you, may have realized that you're going down a wrong road, and they may have put their hand out and said, "Hey man, do you need some fucking help?" And you were like, "No, I'm all good, okay? And you had your ego get in the way. But what's actually happening now is, because you've let go of your ego a little bit, the opportunity for learning is starting to happen. You actually can learn from other people. You can learn from books. You can learn from other people that are doing a lot better than you. All of a sudden, a mentor appears, an influence appears, somebody in your life that's doing better than you appears, and you latch onto that person, and your life starts to get better. All right, so this brings me to the next point. The next point I want to talk about is execution, and sort of ties into fucking execution and constant adjustment, okay? So why is this important? This sort of leads back into what I talked about earlier about the whole theory junkie. So if you're watching all these videos, you're reading all these fucking books, if you don't actually take action or take small baby steps to actually go after what it is your purpose, bro, there's a super fucking hot girl there. Get in there. I'm just telling my boy Sam, there's a fucking hot blondie over there, big tits. I'm not going to move the camera, but oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm a little bit side distracted. Dude, get in there, bro. He's just chilling. See, just learning all the theory, but no execution. So this is what I'm talking about. If you learn all the theory, but you don't take a baby step to fucking go after your dreams, it's never going to happen. So like, let's put this, spur of the moment thing, let's fucking put this into a little bit of context. Sam knows right now that the right thing to do is to walk up to that girl, at least give her a fucking compliment and ask how her day's going, but he chooses not to. So what's actually happening is his mental framework is going around, and he's actually getting rewarded for what? His inaction. And also because there's a little bit of social pressure, because his boy's here, he thinks that I'm going to pay him out if he gets rejected by that girl. You know why I know this? Because I felt the same way with my best friend. But the thing is, I'm not going to fucking pay him out. I'm going to say, Sam, that's fucking boss. Who would have the balls to do that? But we'll see what happens in the next fucking 10, 15 seconds if he's actually going to go and talk to her. That's up to him. I can only show him the door, as much the same way I can only show you the door. But you have to be the one that takes the fucking action.
I'm trying to free your mind, Neo. But I can only show you the door. You're the one that has to walk through it.
So when you start executing, okay, you're going to have a little bit of fear. You're going to be like, I'm doing this, but I'm doing this on a bit of a rough roadmap, okay? It's okay not to have a perfect plan, but to have a rough plan is better than having no plan. That's Jordan Peterson right there. So another concept is you need to be able to make adjustments along the way. There's things that you are not going to fucking be able to work out until you actually get to that challenge. And that's normal. Okay, but for you to even get to the stage of that challenge, that means that you're actually taking action. If you're getting rejected from a girl, that's because you're taking action. If you're getting rejected from a job, that's because you're taking action. If you're no longer thinking about suicide, and originally you were thinking about suicide, then that's taking action. Fucking kudos to you. Anyway, I think that kind of wraps up this video. This is basically covered off on the reasons why it is your responsibility to find your purpose, and we also talked a little bit about on how to find your purpose. So if you got something out of this video, I want to thank you so much for fucking watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Send me a DM on Instagram if you're serious about some coaching. I would love to fucking meet you. If you're a logically meticulous-minded brain person like me, and you're fucking like, there's too much theory, too much shit going on in your brain, you want to streamline that. You want to get some accountability metrics going on so that you can actually go after your purpose. I'm that dude. I would think of nothing more exciting to do than to help you achieve your goals and to make this a fucking reality. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you soon. Dice out.